I'm sure everybody will be talking about the evolution of Elsa, but I was even more impressed with Anna's evolution. Could you tell us where you were coming from with her evolution?
Well, it started with us doing sort of these online personality tests, and Anna, as we sort of went through it, Anna came out as a leader, and Elsa came out as protector. And so we just thought, oh boy, wouldn't that be nice to be able to embrace it. And Anna always felt like she had more the personality traits of a queen or a leader than even Elsa did. Elsa was born into it, but Anna seemed to really sort of be the one that sort of deserved it. She was one of the people. She knew everyone in the village, and she was great at sort of delegating and being the kind of leader or supervisor that any of us would want. And that was seeing the best in people and bringing them all together. So that's sort of where it started. We really went back to her personality.
It was very interesting. I think the dam is a very powerful image. To me, the most heroic act of the movie is changing the way you think about things you were taking for granted. Change is the key word, I think. Do you agree?
Well, change is one of the major themes in the movie, and I think you may understand things from history maybe the way you were told, so you believe it, but it may or may not actually be true. So the search for truth and being willing to change your mind or change your perception is a big part of that.
I would like to know the extent of Mark Hand's contribution to Olaf and the movie in general, because he's credited as overdraw lead in the credits. What does that mean?
So Mark is one of our brilliant hand-drawn animators. He's been with the studio since almost like Fox and the Hound or something, early on. And so what he would do is he would work with our computer animators, and sometimes with expressions or poses, he would draw over their poses, and they would sort of try to put those poses into the shapes that Mark would give them to give it a hand-drawn appeal or a simplicity, and that sometimes only hand-drawn can do. So he was sort of instrumental in sort of guiding and mentoring some of our computer animators.
Globally, do you think that you managed to capture that magic of hand-drawn animation in CGI?
I think it's one of the great things about Disney Animation Studios. We're so steeped in hand-drawn animation. There are still a lot of people working there who come from hand-drawn animation, and
Myself included.
Yeah,
included.
I remember.
And,
Pocahontas.
I think it is key to creating the characters, creating appeal, creating great silhouettes. Is to keep pushing CG, learning from the past.
I have a curiosity. For some reason, when I watched Christoph and Sven's interactions, I kept thinking about Han Solo and Chewbacca in Star Wars. I'm sorry. So I must know. It's just me, or...
That's funny. I mean, I'm glad it does, because I love those two characters. No, originally it was Christoph and Sven. They were a partnership, but Sven didn't talk. Sven doesn't talk. And then the idea came up that Jen had the idea one day. She's like, we've got to somehow make Sven talk. And she goes, I talk for my cats at home. I give them all voices. And I said, and I talk for my dogs. I give all my dogs a different voice. And she went, okay, that's it. So then we just decided that Christoph would talk for Sven. And then, you actually get to see sort of what's really going on in Christoph's head through Sven. So it's really, I think it's very entertaining.